will cause you to bleed. So be mindful of these places where you go and just get V-steamed,
Mm.
because it's just that.
Oh
So
wow.
there's a difference in picking where you go
Mhm.
and just going because I've heard it's the fade out there and I want to go and I want to get it done.
Right.
So yeah.
Okay. Quick thing. Well, not a quick thing. Well, next question. Can we get a brief history on the Yoni steaming, just like a, powwow?
Of course, Yoni semen has been around for centuries. Um, Back in our ancestor days, they used to do it. Get their herbs, put it in a pot, get the steam. They would use it for healings. If you've been through any wound traumas, rapes, miscarriages,
Mhm.
if you want to do it for postpartum to tighten and get your yoni back in order. um Menstrual cramping, any disorders, and also like if you suffer with any kind of cysts, fibroids, endometriosis, any of those things, you have to that also helps with those things. Spiritual balancing. So it's been around for centuries.
Okay, okay. Yeah, because I literally didn't start hearing about Yoni's things until like I want to say maybe 2, maybe 3 years ago. But it was something that I didn't hear about before now.
Yep.
Um, and
Different names.
why should women? You touched on this a little bit already, but can you go a little deeper as to why should women get these things?
um just overall health, just to detox your womb, um and things like that, especially if you suffer with fibroids or any of those things, if you want to conceive, fertility issues, um, if you have any things such as cysts, or any of those things, it helps ease with
Boils. Does it help with boils? Because I know a couple of people who be getting boils in that region, and I've seen like a lot of videos on what is that YouTube of people getting boils and stuff, and they were talking about how they wanted to use yoni steam. So does that help?
I guess because when you think of a boil,
Hmm.
a doctor would tell you that heat draws the toxin
Right.
to the top.
Hmm.
So a lot of them would. One thing I do not recommend, that if you have any open sores or wounds, you
Okay.
cannot get a V-steam because it will definitely burn you.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that if you have any open sores or wounds.
Right.
But yes, heat does draw the toxins of that to the surface, to where you can go home and do whatever you have to do to open that wound. But yeah,
Okay.
so it's good for bacteria, those that suffers with current yeast infections. You cannot V-steam if you have a condition present at the time, like a yeast infection or such as those. But it does help with that.
Yeah, because I would think if people would think that if that's something that would help the yoni, that hey, if I go, that's probably a misconception that people have. Like, oh, if I got a yeast infection or if I got a boil or something like that, like let me go and get this because it's gonna steam and clean all of that out. So basically, it's enough. So, ladies,
No,
it's enough.
don't do that. No, it's not. It's not going to do any of those things. It help with your condition, but at the time that you are suffering with the condition, if you have that at that present time, no, you do not want a V-steam,
Okay.
because it will irritate your condition.
Mm.
And see, that's where they get a lot of the misconceptions of just going to a place that's saying, oh, we offer V-steam.
Hmm.
They're running there and doing that, and they're wondering why when they get home, they it's worse, and they ending up at their physician's office
Okay.
because you have some issues going on. That's why here at Sunshine Johnny PP, you got them intake form to
Right.
fill out. So yeah. I ask you all of that. I want to know all of that. So therefore, we sit down there and we're going to go over your conditions. I'm going to help you to better. If you tell me you're suffering with vaginosis and you have current recurrent yeast infections, then we can come over and I'll discuss with you on what you need to slack on. We'll go over your diet and go over some treatments and stuff.
Okay.
So
That's
yeah,
okay. So how often can UV steam?
twice a month, but depending on your condition, on what you have going on.
Okay. So say if someone is trying to do, because you have a fertility one, right?
Yes.
So somebody who's trying to do a fertility one, what is their time frame of how long they got for that?
If they're trying to do fertility, we can sit down and go over some options. All depends on what their budget is
Okay.
and stuff. I offer different packages. I offer one where we can sit down and do a series of these themes for like 12 series or so,
Okay.
just until you reach your, you have your little papoose or whatever. But if like that's what you want to do and stuff, yeah, I have a package that we'll go through and go over for that.
And I'm looking at the different condition. Oh, I cannot talk. Damn, I know this Stella Rosa ain't hitting me already. But the condition and the frequency of getting them, and you have actually 9 here for prostate issues, menopausal, postpartum, D&C or miscarriage, detox and weight loss, uterine fibroids, menstrual cramps and bloating and exhaustion, hygiene, preventative care, and fertility. Like,
Yes,
what is
because you want to maintain a pH balance of 4.5.
okay?
So yeah, definitely for that.
Oh, that is pretty awesome. Like knowing more, I am happy. Like as the more we go, the happier I am that I didn't just go out there and just buy random products. Not saying that I have
Right.
any of the conditions that we talked about where I want to become pregnant, but it's just the simple fact that the pages that I were looking at, they didn't go into detail on if you have XYZ, you can't do this or you shouldn't do.
Right.
And that's why I always tell people you
Right.
always want to do your research when you're
And
consuming
that's why
and
when
you're
they
putting
come
stuff
in
in your body.
red bold prints at the top of my paper,
Mhm.
I have up there. Please be aware that you cannot Yoni steam if you are menstruating, if you have an IUD inserted, if you are pregnant, if you have vaginal piercings, if you shaved or removed hair within 20 to 48 hours, or if you have open sores or blisters.
Ooh.
So definitely cannot be steamed if you have those things going on. You can't be steamed with an IUD.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to
And
be what
if
I.
they lie and say they don't have one and they still do it and I later on find out, that's where my liability forms come in at. But yeah, you cannot, because if the steam can melt that in you, you don't want that.
Yeah, that seems like it'll be a tragedy because I had an IUD and I had 2 different experiences with it, and neither one of them was good. Like the first time they put it in wrong, so that was like a whole issue. And then the
Yeah.
second time I was getting those bad cramps. So it's just like having the IUD already is a goddamn headache to let alone try to do a steam and you fuck around and melt it up in your vagina.
Right.
Now you can't have
Right. You
like
have issues. You have some things going on, yeah. Or it done melted or fell out in that yoni pot, and you wondering why you got a little air on the way because it done came out and you don't know, sis, and now you pregnant.
because they be telling you to look for this string
So
every week and I ain't felt that string since the day that they had put it in. So you wouldn't know because you be up there trying to look for the string, trying to feel for it, and hell.
right, right. So
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. And you definitely don't want to, get none of those things.
And also something we talked about is that if you've had a hysterectomy, you can't have a V steam either. Why is that?
You can't. If you've had a hysterectomy, you can still be seen because you still have your imprint.
Okay.
When you go and you do an ultrasound, it will still show an imprint of your uterus.
Okay.
Same way a person that goes to have an x-ray that had a leg amputated or show a leg in an x-ray. Your woman's wound imprint is still there. So you still have life in your womb. That spirit of your wound is still there.
Okay. See, learning something new every day, ladies. I hope
Yes,
you guys are
yes.
taking notes. I hope you guys are paying attention to everything that she's saying because, again, this is not something that a lot of people come out and say. Like, you have a lot of people who have this type of information and they don't even want to give it out. They want to sell it to you. And it's just like, why are you selling me something about my p-value when you can just tell me? Like,
Right. And yeah, it does because for a consultation, there is a fee. But,
got you.
because you got those people that want to come and want to find out all information on your business and they post support Black businesses and they don't.
Yeah,
They get all the information just so they can get some tea on what you got going on. And yeah.
Well, okay, all right, you gotta pay that little fee, but that's different. Like paying a fee, but like I feel like certain information, like the information that we're talking about, that should be like free information. Like if you go the nitty gritty of things, then no, I feel like okay, yeah, you gotta pay me for my knowledge.
When they're going into, well, how much you charge, and girl, what do you, and how much you charge for that, and which, no, baby, you're gonna have to come see me and pay me a fee, and I'll give you everything you need to know.
Shoot, y'all hear her, right? No.
Yeah.
So, can you tell me more about what is a womb stimulation? How does it work, and what exactly does it do?
It's a massage that works towards relieving congestion and blockage. It improves the flow of the fluids and also utilize the healing. And we use a clay that's it's a clay mask that's is like from a volcanic mask. So with that being on your wound and then hot stones added to it.
So y'all basically give my Yoni a massage on the outside.
Right. Yes. And
I come off.
it's heaven.
I believe that it is. Oh, that is pretty dope. I didn't even know. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like I see people do it like when they have like waxes and things like that. Some people do like the mask thing, but I never knew that it's like a whole
Yeah, because when you do it together, combobulated together, yes, it is. It does so much wonders.
Gotta get that Yoni together, y'all. Now, Yoni pearls. I see this a lot. What are Yoni pearls and do you recommend them?
Yoni pearls. Those are like it's
like I didn't say pearls. Did I say pearls?
Yes. No pearls, girl.
I said that, okay.
It's a holistic, organic little thing, and you insert it in your yoni. It restores the feminine health. It detoxes you. It detoxes some things that you've been have going on up in there that needs to come out of you, especially good with, menstruals. And it helps to maintain your pH balance.
Like I've seen some people who have done those.
Yeah, they got some stuff in there, baby. Y'all, they be needing to release some soul ties and some
blood, semen. It was just like a
right. It is. And basically, when you sit down there and you talk with women and stuff about soul ties, sister girl, this is basically all tied into that also. Because when we say spiritual, mind, body, and soul, yes, this will help you release some soul ties you have up in you. The most sperms and stuff of the men's need to come out of you, sister.
But I would think that, having our menstrual cycle would clean that out.
No, because you still have the old blood from your menstrual cycle still in you, some of it. So when you detox that out, you detoxing old menstrual blood that been sitting up in there probably. You ain't detoxing some minutes. It's drawing all them toxins and different things out of you.
And you